Hey guys, welcome to my update video. As you can see, I got a new Ghostbusters plushie. I found that at Goodwill, I think around 3 days ago. Paid around $4. It's worth around 20. I'll probably keep it. It's really cool. Like squeeze it and it makes that sound. It makes the theme song. Pretty awesome. Yeah, but anyway, aside from that, I guess I'll update you guys on some of the games I got and some of the ones I haven't covered. And just a quick disclaimer, most of these is my opinion, which is based on, personal experiences from checking out, at this point, around like 18 to 20 different game stores, checking on eBay, price chart, reading reviews, background knowledge on the game. Yeah, so it's mainly based on that, but in the end, it's my opinion, so there might be parts where you disagree, there might be parts where you agree, but yeah, just thought I'd share my opinions, and that's that. So let's get started. First game is Bladestorm. I was kind of surprised when I saw this, because I've never seen this in any game store before. It's made by Koei. There's no official like IGN or GameSpot review. In my opinion, that either shows that the game was not popular or it was pretty bad. At the same time, IGN reviews bad games too. But anyway, Bladestorm is made by Koei, who made Dynasty Warriors. At least that's their most popular game, in my opinion. Dynasty Warriors right here. And the gameplay is kind of similar to Dynasty Warriors in the sense that there's a lot of hack and slash and giant armies involved. But it's unique in its own way because it has real-time strategy elements, it has RPG elements where you upgrade your soldiers and units, and it's a hack and slash game as well. I believe in terms of background information on this game, basically this game you play as a mercenary and you choose between, I believe, France or England, and you fight for them. And you also get to control various units like, axe units, spear units, archer units, and you get to decide which ones you will take to battle. And during the battle itself, you also get to what do you do? You also get to switch between the various units, like the horse units, the spear units. Really cool. Another thing is, graphically, it's actually pretty nice. It's nothing crazy, but in my opinion, the cutscenes and animations really dope. The graphics kind of looks like the Total War games, like Rome Total War, but you combine that with you actually being able to control a character. But yeah, it's a really cool real-time strategy game, and I don't think there are too many real-time strategy games for the PS3. Anyway, next one. This is Dark Kingdom. I found this 4 weeks ago. I didn't cover it originally, but this is one of the launch titles, which kind of makes it hard to find because it's a really early game. But from what I know about this game, it's an RPG, action RPG, kind of similar to Diablo in a way. You get to choose between, I believe, like a warrior, a scout, and a mage, and you just hack and slash through things, and you're trying to save this town. But yeah, that's Dark Kingdom. Next game is Dark Sector. This is actually somewhat hard to find. I found it a few weeks ago again. But yeah, I noticed in my recent, I've been traveling a lot, finding different game stores to go to and whatnot, and I actually haven't seen this too often in most of the game stores. I think it's worth around $1 or $2. Oh yeah, by the way, Bladestorm's worth around $5 at GameStop, 10 to 15 online. Dark Kingdom I bought for $5, worth around the same online. But yeah, this is Dark Sector. I think it's $1 to $5 at GameStop. Really cheap. I didn't really think much about it. But yeah, it's a cool game. From what I hear, it's kind of like Gears of War with a little bit of a sci-fi twist to it. And as for your weapons, you use a gun and this thing called a glaive, which is the thing on his arm right here. And it can do various things. There's an explosion version of it. You can control it remotely. Cool game. I heard the story is kind of whatever, but yeah, it might be a game that you might enjoy. And again, this is one of I believe this is another launch title. I'm not sure about that one though. Next one is the Darkness 2. I covered Darkness earlier, and I recently got this in the mail. It's really awesome, this limited edition version. And has disc, has manual, and it also has this full-scale poster, which I think games that include posters, it's it's kind of next level. Let me just do this real quick. Right. Sorry about that. But yeah, you get also this full-scale poster. Show the other side. It's pretty cool. I'll just throw it in the bed back there. I don't want to crumple it accidentally, but yeah, that's the Darkness 2. And this game is really cool. It's a horror game, but you get to be the monster itself. So basically you have a gun, and you also have these like snake head things you can use to kill people. Very gory, very dark, no pun intended. But yeah, it's a cool game if you like horror games, and if you want to be the evil guy. I don't think there are too many of those, actually. It's usually where you're killing the bad guys, but you're the bad guy, and you're this demon, and you're killing things. Yeah, cool game. Next one. This one is really interesting. This is the Far Cry compilation. Oh yeah, Darkness, I paid $5, around $5. This is Far Cry compilation. I paid $7.64 for this. I think it might include a manual, probably one of those like paper inserts, not really a manual. But yeah, this includes Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, and it also includes Blood Dragon. What I noticed, Far Cry 2 is actually somewhat hard to find. I've only seen it in like 2 or 3 game stores. It's worth around $10 actually. I think maybe because it's rare and people sought after. But this is a really cool package. It includes Far Cry 2, Far Cry 3, and Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. And what I know is Far Cry 3 is pretty much ready to go, just small installations, but you gotta do a full package installation of Far Cry 2 and Blood Dragon. It's like a couple gigs each. What's interesting about this is there's a bit, I wouldn't call it a debate, but there's a little bit of a confusion for Far Cry Blood Dragon. I think it makes it rare mainly because of this game. It was never released on disc on its own. But anyway, at least in Michael Young's review and a few reviews I've read on Amazon, he and them, they say that Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon is DLC. And I thought that was the case at first, and so I tried popping in the disc, and I put it up, and it just installs, and you can play the game. I didn't need to put any sort of DLC of sorts. And I believe Metal Jesus Rocks, he quickly covered this in like a pickups video. And yeah, he also said it's not DLC, so I don't know, maybe they released some DLC versions, some non-DLC, but yeah, it's definitely on disc. You just gotta install it, no code required. But yeah, I definitely picked this up if you find a good price for it, because it includes all 3. And the fact that it includes Blood Dragon on disc, I think makes it very valuable. Or potentially valuable. Alright. Next one is Fist of the North Star. This is actually really, really hard to find in a way. I found it at one GameStop, disc only. But I found this at CEX for $15 yesterday. I was like debating because GameStop is $10, but that's the only GameStop among 20 GameStops that has it in my area. And then this CEX also had it, but for $15. And I was like, 15 is a little pricey. Checked online, it's worth definitely 20 plus. On eBay, at least the American release or the American version, it's I would say 25 plus. So this game, I feel like, is going to get more and more valuable as time goes on and highly sought after. I'll kind of explain the background. It's mainly because of background that I think that it's going to become like that. But anyway, Fist of the North Star, this was originally a manga and also an anime, I believe. It was first released around 1982, 1980s. Personally, I haven't seen this manga or read the manga or knew anything about the manga, but basically, this game takes place in a post-nuclear wasteland version of Japan, and he's just fighting a bunch of different enemies. It's again kind of like Dynasty Warriors. I noticed the trend of Koei games is they have a lot of similarities with the Dynasty Warrior games. But anyway, if you get to play as a Ken, who has this power called Fist of the North Star, and basically like he attacks various pressure points, and he disables his enemies that way. Anyway, it includes, or not includes, but it has 3 different characters you can play as: 1 female, 2 male, and it's actually pretty bloody. Like when you kill the bosses, it shows them turning black and then red, and then they blow up and there's blood everywhere. But yeah, it's like a hack and slash style game, and it's kind of funny, at least to me. There's this one sequence or one move that he does where he sticks his thumbs to their heads and then they just explode. I just thought it was funny. But yeah, this is Fist of the North Star. It's actually really hard to find, and I don't know how exactly popular it is, or if it has some sort of like a cult following, but this game has only been trending up, so I'd definitely pick it up if you find a copy for like 15 or less, I would say. But yeah, this is Fist of the North Star. I was really happy I found this one. Alright, next one. This is Genji, Days of the Blade. I believe the first Genji game was made for PS2. And this is Genji, Days of the Blade. From what I know, this is also a launch title made by Sony. From what I hear, it kind of feels a little bit still like last gen, but very beautiful artwork. And again, like you get to choose between... Oh, one thing cool about this game though is while you're in game and you're fighting things, you can switch between different heroes or characters and play as them as well. From what I've seen, it's very pretty graphically, but I think it falters in like story, and gameplay can get repetitive kind of thing. A lot of these hack and slash games, gameplay gets repetitive, but unless it's an amazing game. But yeah. Alright, next one. This is Heavenly Sword. It's really cheap to find. It's like $5 at GameStop. I think I got this at CEX for like $4.50 or so. I don't exactly remember. It came complete, and this game is really cool. Some people are saying this game is gonna become really valuable, and there's a few reasons I think why that might be the case. First off, it was I don't know if it was a launch title, but it was released pretty early within the PS3 life cycle, and it was made by Sony itself. And from what I hear, they actually spent a ton of money making this game. They hired some amazing, I don't know if he's a designer. I believe his name is Andy Serkis, and he designed Gollum and Hulk. So really, you know, high level guys. And they helped design this game. Voice actors are awesome. Story is awesome. Graphically, at least in 2007, this was probably graphically one of the better, if not one of the best games out at the time. It's another hack and slash kind of game. I believe it also made a unique use of the 6-axis controller. You can control like this cannon that moves around up and down with your controller. And yeah, so for those various reasons, I could see this being collectible, and it's not impossible to find, but it's a little hard to find, that's for sure. Alright, moving on. Probably cover around 3 to 4. I thought it would take a lot shorter, but it's reaching 15 minutes at this point. But yeah, I'll just cover these 3. Hulk, this is a very fun game. Again, I told you, usually the superheroes games, they're collectible and they tend to be going up in price. Worth around $30 at GameStop. I got mine for, let's check, for $15.11 shipped. From eBay, and it's made by Sega again, and it's nothing amazing in terms of like, it's not nothing new in terms of gameplay and whatnot, but it's really fun. It looks really fun. You're basically in New York City, and you get to pick up cars, throw cars, you get to break apart buildings, throw pieces of buildings, you know, like when you're playing the Hulk and you're just breaking a bunch of things in your way, like, you can't really beat that in terms of fun. Like, you just feel like you're having fun. But yeah, this is the Hulk. Next one, this is ICO Shadow of the Colossus. It's not really rare. I've seen multiple copies of it in many game stores, but I definitely can see it being collectible. Mainly because Shadow of the Colossus is probably like one of the games that defined gaming in general. Reason being, it was the first time or one of the best examples of extremely large scale like fights. Like you get to fight these bosses and you're the size of like, you know, like its finger or something. But yeah, and in a way, God of War kind of borrowed out of this game in the sense that you know, the large scaling and the monsters that you see, yeah, it's similar to it. But yeah, definitely Shadow of the Colossus is a game I definitely recommend. Really fun, and it's in HD also. Ico is a little boring. It's mainly like an what do you call it, escort game. You're escorting. Basically, you're this boy who grew horns, and because you grew horns, decided to put you in some sort of prison, and you meet this girl, and you're both trying to escape from it. Is basically the story of Ico. But Shadow of the Colossus, very fun game. I definitely pick it up. In my opinion, it's one of the games that defined gaming in a way, or had a big influence on a lot of games. But yeah, I picked that up. This one, I covered I covered this in a pickups video not too long ago. Got it at GameStop for $5. It's worth around, I believe it's worth like $10 to $15 or so. This game's really cool. It's again one of the earlier PS3 games. You can see that by seeing this label. It has a PlayStation on top, but this one doesn't. Probably replace it when I find a case for it. Oh, real quick, another good advice is if you need cases, buy Sports Champions. You can usually find that for like 25 cents to 50 cents at like CEX. I think GameStop's $1 or less, so it's a good one to replace cases with. Anyway, and I don't feel bad because it's Sports Champions, so yeah. But anyway, this is Il2 Sturmovik. Yeah, Birds of Prey. Basically, it's another flight simulator, and it takes place during World War II, and I believe you get to fight in some of the like iconic battles, or one of the big battles in history, like Battle of the Bulge, Stalingrad, stuff like that. And it's really cool because it feels like you're also you're reliving history through a game in a way. It also shows the cutscenes from this game is actually from like real life recordings during World War II. So I thought that was really cool. But yeah, these like airplane games always tend to be somewhat pricey / collectible. Yeah, Apache is another, I would say, a better example of that. But yeah. Next to Jak and Daxter, this isn't rare, but I think it's collectible. Mainly because Jak 1, 2, 3 is it was very big for the PS2, and Naughty Dogs, I believe, made this game. Not exactly, it says Sony here, but I think Naughty Dogs made the original Jak. But yeah, it kind of shows how they changed from Jak and Daxter to like Uncharted in a way, and one of my favorite games again, so I definitely think this will be collectible. It's another like Ratchet and Clank, you know, everybody loves it kind of thing. Alright, this is Jericho. This will be the last one I review. Sorry for making this video really long. I thought I'd take around 10 minutes to cover 10 games, but I guess it seems that I need around 2 minutes per game. But yeah, this is Jericho. From what I know, it's not really like an amazing game. It's again very bloody, horror elements. But from what I remember about the story, you basically start off as this captain, and he dies pretty much in the beginning of the game, and you get to switch between your different soldiers within your unit, and they all possess some sort of special ability, and they're this special force called Jericho, and they're trying to kill, I think, firstborns or something like that. Yeah, it's a horror game, pretty cool, and yeah, that's that. That's all I'll cover for now. I probably won't be able to make a video for another like week or two, mainly because I'm gonna be out of town. But yeah, all right. As a quick summary, I'll give you the price rundown. So for this one, it's 5, or I bought it for 5, but it's worth around 10 to 15. This one I bought for 1 to 5. It's worth around the same. Darkness 2. This is around $5 I bought it for, worth around the same. Far Cry I bought for 7, worth more than that. Fist of the North Star, bought for 15, worth 25 or more, or 20 at least. Genji, I think this like $1 or $2 game. Don't really think it's any more, like, you're not gonna get money out of this, but it's a cool game. Same with this, only worth $5, same online. This game, I paid 15, it's worth around $20 to $30. ICO, I got it in a bundle. IL 2, $5, worth 10, worth I don't know. But yeah, that's that. And thanks for watching, guys, and just wait for my next video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. All right, thank you.